What is going on, everybody?
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word?
Welcome to episode 3 of the Inferno Hot Corner, brought to you by yours truly, biking around along with my handsome co-host, Mr. Dreamer himself. Look at that smile.
How you doing? How you doing? What's going on, baby?
Week 3 is in the books, and I'm feeling a little under weather, but it might just be because my team is straight trash. But welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Once again, we do want to talk about our sponsors for this show. It's powered by Raising Canes. You can peep the Raising Canes hat I'm wearing today. Shout out to Inferno for acquiring our sponsors. Raising Canes, our title sponsor. Sure, Zipchair Gaming, and Paradox, with the winning duo of our Fantasy Football League, taking home a grand prize. What is that grand prize, Dreamer?
Grand prize.
Can you see it? Oh, open my stream.
Oh, do you have it?
Yeah, or just open up the yeah, I'm sharing on that.
Alrighty, go ahead and share it real quick. Our grand prizes this year for year number 1 of the Inferno Gridiron are 1 life-size Canes Inferno plushie. I actually did get told what that's actually legitimately going to look like, and I fucking want it. Okay. I want it.
You got a photo or?
No. I don't have like necessarily a photo, but like no leaks.
All right.
I fucking want it bad. Okay, I want it bad.
Life size.
It's life size too. Dude, it's gonna look amazing. And it is gonna have like an Inferno jersey on it, which is kind of sick.
That's dope.
Facts. We also have Cane's box combo cards and assortment. An Inferno trophy presented by Cane's, which I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I mean, who doesn't want a trophy, right? A one-time tailgate feeding of 10, which means if I win, you know what I mean, it basically just goes to me because, you know, my partner don't have Cane's where he's at. You know what I mean?
Dang. A regional lock right there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Regional lock. Regional W's over here. 2 times Zipchair Gaming. I'm going to assume that's 2 times Zipchair Gaming chairs. 2 times Shure items. Shout out to our guys over at Shure. And 2 times BR Paradox keyboards. We actually just saw Paradox over there at TwitchCon, man. Shout out to him.
Nice.
Absolute W individual. I could use a new keyboard. I don't know if you guys know what mine looks like, but it ain't great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
cool.
You know, everybody can use a little keyboard, especially you be playing mouse and keyboard for your GTA RP, right?
A little bit.
We got Dazzle up in the chat. What's going on, Dazzle?
Got some fantastic prizes coming along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out once again to all our sponsors. Let's get right into it. I guess because I'm sharing my screen, I always wants to pick my matchup first. So
also take a look at your DMs real quick.
Yeah, let's go take a look at my matchup here. So we went up against the undefeated Tamer. I don't know if Tamer's in the chat, but my team just it's just trying to find its identity right now. We're not scoring terribly, but we're not scoring great. 105 points put up. We lose by just over 6 points here. I mean, my Mahomes Kelsey combo is really hurting right now. I know they're gonna heat up eventually, but man, I probably should have held off on that. Etienne, Pollard, my running backs that have been pretty consistent, pretty solid. Not a great game from Pollard.
Just had a bad week, man.
Yeah, I feel good in the wide receiver department though. ASB, DK doing the most there, and we had Zach Moss come through in the flex with a pretty big game there. I thought it was gonna be enough to come back, but just fell short. I'm pretty sure he was sweating a little bit.
Another league. He was doing his thing. It wasn't towards the end where he got that 1-yard touchdown though that he really kind of like boosted his points.
Yeah. He got that kind of not really garbage, kind of garbage times. I want to shout out to my MVP for the week, the best defense in the league. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys for going back to back negative points for me. Man,
hey, look, it was a rough week.
Back to back. -1 last week, -4 this week after a 23-pointer the first week. I mean, like, they're killing me.
Rough 2 weeks. Man. It's been a rough 2 weeks, right? As a Cowboys fan, it's been a rough 2 weeks, all right?
No. I mean, even looking at my bench, even on my bench, man, it's like I couldn't really have done much here. I mean, maybe a little Jaden Reed's start, a little extra point from Gasecki, but man, what's up with Zeke only getting 3 carries now, man? What, are they They're even trying to run the ball in
I don't know.
Dallas.
I mean,
What's
I
going
don't
on
even
over
think
there?
we really ran the ball that much, to be honest. Like Dowdle had a couple carries, but like
Yeah,
pull up
Dowdle,
Dak really.
I think Dowdle had only like 2 touches.
I mean, pull up Dak. I'm pretty sure he put the ball in the air like 40 plus times.
Yeah, he had a good game. I have him in our league. He put it up 51 times. 51 times connected
So-
on 28 of them. He had 2 of
So
the
you're talking
rushes.
about 50, like literally 51 attempts in the air is just like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? At
Yeah,
that point? Like, you're not gonna run the ball
They
very
did.
much
They
at that
did go
point.
down early too, so they they just turned into a passing game. Just it hurts.
We didn't have much of a choice.
It
At that
hurts
point.
over on Tamer's side. Obviously, he has the #1 fantasy player in the league right now with Saquon. Jahmyr Gibbs doing his thing as usual. I thought I was looking good when Raheem Shaheed put up a big old donut. It was looking good for me. Maybe it was gonna be my week to dethrone the undefeated Tamer.
Oh, you were quite literally like you were projected to win. I think it was like 60 some odd percent to like 40 some odd percent. And I was like, damn, me and Mikey finished our first wins. And then all of a sudden,
yeah, Etienne and I had 2 Monday night games, right? So I had Etienne, Zach Moss, and Blake McPherson playing, and they just couldn't get done for me,
I had the same thing. I was in a car with Havoc, absolutely just talking shit. We're on
all
our
the
way back
from San Diego.
We're on our way back, and I had like Allen and Cook on a Monday night.
Yeah, and then we had defense championship in the end, and my defense got scored by 14 points. So I'm just saying, man. I don't know do, man. I don't know about do with these boys, man. These boys are killing me right now. But we're just gonna shout out Tamer. I don't know how I still have 1% chance of winning, even though the games are over. But maybe something might happen. They might have to do some stat corrections. I don't know. They might have to do some stat corrections out there.
Trying to give you some hope a little bit.
You want to skip over to the second one for now, or do we have I heard that we had a special guest today potentially. I don't know if
we will have a guest, but we're gonna bring that in just a little bit later. Let's go ahead and skip over the second one for the time being. Go to me.
Yeah. First up of the season.
Look, at the end of the day, okay, chat, don't call it a comeback, baby. Do not call it a comeback because we are turning this up, okay? My team absolutely performed. We got Josh Allen. I'm not going to lie. I literally went in the chat and said Josh Allen finna give me 50. Obviously, that didn't happen, but he had that 30 before the half, okay?
Yeah.
23 for 30, 263 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 carries, 44 yards. Like, the guy was absolutely slinging the ball. James Cook, 11 carries, 39 yards, which is crazy. I had a friend of mine who literally had James Cook on a parlay, plus 40 yards. He had 41, had a negative 2-yard rush, never saw the field again, and then he lost his parlay. That's crazy.
I hate that.
But 4 for 5 receiving in a PPR, you're gonna get your points there. I did take a stab over here at my boy Samaje Perine. I'm not gonna lie. My sleeper there of the week. He just
didn't do so hot.
Yeah, we tossed it up. It was either going to be Carson Steele or Samaje Perine. Yeah, at the end of the day, Steele got the carries.
How about your boy Amari Cooper though and Dallas Goedert?
I mean, let's talk about this. Okay, first of all, Garrett Wilson did he did his thing, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, average.
Just about what he was projected. But I have been saying forever, and I've been telling any and everybody, at the end of the day, man, like Amari Cooper has and will be Mr. Fantasy. Okay, you just got to give him some time. You got to give him some time. You know what I mean? Like 25 points. It's about time Deshaun Watson understood that he can just toss it up to him and make something happen. 12 targets, 7 receptions, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a big touchdown at the end, even though they lost. Still, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing. Goddard, on the other hand, the most receiving yards for the week, quite literally out of anybody in the league.
Yeah, 170.
No A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith goes out. You know what I mean? Like, who are they going to throw it to? Paris Campbell? Like, there's a reason why Barkley put up as much as he did, too.
Yeah, sure hands. Them sure hands of Goddard.
2+ receptions over 40 yards for an older tight end. I mean, when you look at Goddard, he's 29 years old. He's almost 30, man. But 10 for 11, like 1 pass not received, and then 170 yards, 17 yards per catch. Like, he only played 86% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy's doing big things. You feel me? So big out of Mark Cooper, big out of Goddard.
Yeah.
Zamir White, though.
Zamir White, It might be time to cut that guy. I mean, you did have Chuba over on your bench though. There, popping out. Your team's looking promising over here. Cortland Sutton right there. You know, you know, like good thing you have Goddard because you know that Isaiah Likely waiver pickup not looking too hot ever since he popped off week 1. But
it's not looking great when I could have J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, on the other side of things, he did. Yeah, I mean, he kind of put up mediocre numbers this week. 15 carries, 44 yards.
Not too great.
So, I mean, once again, third week in a row, Justin Tucker misses a field goal.
I was about to say that. What's up with this guy?
We're just, I don't know, man. We're just set up for failure. I mean, you go back and look at Justin Tucker. This guy has missed 34 years old.
3 field goals.
He's been a pro for 13 years, 34-year-old kicker. It might be time for Justin Tucker to hang it up. Like, if he's missing, and it's not like
There's
he's
a 46-yard try.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he's missing from like 55, 57, 60. Like he's missing from 46.
Justin Tucker, these are his, this is his range.
He's 5 for 8 on the season. Like he's not, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason Justin Tucker shouldn't be. I don't know. He got 3 points, bro.
Fortunately, they won. Otherwise, you know, if they would have lost that Dallas game due to that missed field goal, that would have been pretty sickening.
Especially because they only won by 3.
Yeah, they only won by 3. Dallas almost led the comeback there. That was pretty nice. Over on Havoc's side, you know, he got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry looking like a good choice after all. He's pretty solid on his RB game. You know, over on the receiving side though, man, he's stretching right now. He got blessed with Quentin Johnson scoring, but you know, you got T. Higgins and Quentin Johnson as his top receivers right now.
Thankfully for him, like
Drake London on the bench, huh?
Yeah, Drake London on the bench.
Yeah, he
did.
Yeah, he didn't believe Drake London after his his good game last week. I guess
He plays Geno Smith over Purdy.
Questionable.
Wow.
Questionable. I
mean, 6 for 6, 72 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
He had wide receivers on the bench that realistically, if he plays Shakur, that's 11.
And Purdy, that's 15. If he plays Purdy over Geno. But then again, you know, if you play Chuba, you know.
In all honesty, though, in those matchups, like I don't think I'm playing Purdy over Geno. Like I'm probably playing Geno over that Miami matchup. Actually,
I don't know, man. Rams is like high scoring games always with the Rams, so I feel like.
I'm not gonna lie. I would play Purdy over Geno.
Both, you know, they're both. You know, Geno's been doing good. He come off 22.5 point game. He probably one of his heart. He is a Seahawks fan, so
he
one with the heart there. I wouldn't imagine Purdy putting up 29 points anyways in a week. But hey, congratulations! You got your first dub. How does it feel?
Feels fantastic. Feels like exactly where I should be right now, except for the fact that I'm 1-2. I definitely should be 3-0 at this point in time. I'm actually pissed, considering on if I'm not mistaken, my only loss was one of my losses is to Defy, if I'm not mistaken.
Where you didn't have running back or something like that. Wasn't that week 1? Here we go.
I think in week 1, beat you McCaffrey, I still get beat by 4.
By 3.5, yeah.
That was not a great week.
That's his only win.
Yeah, that's kind of a point I was going to make, is that was quite literally his only win. And if you go down to my bench on that week, my bench looks nothing like it did in week 1.
Yeah, you've been making some moves around there. You've been making some
2
moves.
2 weeks later, Hollywood Brown's not a thing. Mike Williams not a thing. Like Matt Stafford's not a thing.
Gus Edwards.
It's just like, Gus Edwards still around.
You traded away AJ Brown?
No, he's on the IR.
Oh, dang, your team's very nice, man. You still looking for that second running back though. I think that's where you're hurting really overall.
Yeah,
I mean, your team, you know, yeah, you can't be running with Samaje Perine as your starting running back and Zamir White as your flex. Who knows? You might found one. Yeah, you might found one with Hubbard. Now that Red Rocket has arrived, looks like you know, it's opening up the running game. What's up, Havoc? Me. Is Dasso asking for him?
Me. We're gonna jump into Dassel's here in just a minute, but we're gonna get to whatchamacallits.
Go to our community members matchups.
Yeah, let's pop into our community members. We're actually going to do Dassel and Defy last for 2 different reasons. we're gonna showcase those two for two different reasons. So we're gonna
Oh,
run
Dasso was
through
one of your
the other
L's.
couple. You said what?
Dasso was one of your other L.
Yeah, Das was my other L. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of bad, let's take a look at my community member, Mr. B. Mr. B putting up 85.09. Surprisingly, not the lowest score of the week, but 85 points. You know, that injury to Tua really is killing my man, Mr. B's season. You know, Tyreek Hill, 6 points. He has to play Gardner Minshew.
Injured. Well, didn't he have Tua before?
Yeah, he had Tua. Yeah, he had Tua as well.
Not only does he have Tua injured, but that's affecting like Tyreek Hill's production. He has, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have Waddle, did he?
Nah, just no, here's Jake Sanders. So you know, kicker points matter.
I gotta text my boy Ramondre, man. What are we doing with the point 3?
Yeah, rough game this week for him. You know, they went down early, didn't really run the ball. They got Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball. Yeah, it was a little rough. It's a little rough week for him. I had a little parlay on Thursday night for him to at least get 15 carries. The first 2 weeks he had like 21 and 20 something carries. Yeah. 21, 25 carries. He only gets 6 this week. Maybe just wasn't part of the game plan. Vegas had it out for him. You know, over on OBG Medic, who is Dasso. Is that your man? Yeah, Dasso's man gets his first win of the season over here. Lamar Jackson. Jamar Chase finally coming through. Jamar Chase popping off. I know, right? 2 touchdowns for him. You know, Dalton Kincaid even getting a piece of the pie, you know, with Dreamers Josh Allen just spreading the love to everybody. Even Josh Allen didn't even get a rushing touchdown that game. He just four passing touchdowns.
I was gonna put in a little parlay with Josh Allen on a rushing touchdown, but I decided not to, thankfully.
I did, and that's the only thing that didn't hit, and I hate him. Piffin with a nice little pickup with the holding the Charbonnet. While Kenneth Walker's still dealing with his oblique strain. But, you know, the rest of his team just, nowhere to be found. I mean, we got David Montgomery doing decent. The rest of the team all scoring below projected. We got a nice little bounce back game from Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk, you know, Calvin Ridley left, and he's supposed to hold it down for the receivers out in Jacksonville. Hadn't been doing too hot the first couple games. But this game, he actually gets 10 targets. Catches 8.
That offense just looks absolutely miserable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is playing like a rookie.
Doug Peterson put out a little statement, man. He said everything's on the table when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, and you know, part of that, like, some people would take that and like think that means that they're all in on Trevor Lawrence, but like for me, that kind of sounds like they are
shopping his ass.
maybe shopping a little bit, right? Where it's like,
who's their backup? Who they put in?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones is the backup over there.
Oh man, damn.
Yeah, but it's like, if you go to 0-4, man, like there's a point in time where you got to think about the fact that you just paid this guy $260 million.
Yeah, that team is way too good to speak. I mean,
no, not similar. Too good. That team is way too well paid to be going 0-4.
But they're still too good to be. Yeah. I don't think they should be a 500 team. I would think, you know. I mean, similar, like it's kind of like you know, the whole Joe Burrow and the Cincy going 0-3 so far as well. You know, looking good over here, man. OBG got 2 good quarterbacks. He got Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. Might need to train one of those. And look at that, Jacoby Myers even popping off 9 targets.
He's got a little bit of something down there.
Jacoby Myers stock might be rising right here because he's got you know, Devontae Adams might be getting out of there, so you never know.
Hold up, we got a question in the chat. Will you trade McBride, Sutton for Stevenson and Pittman? My backup tight end is Ferguson. So you would be trading McBride and Sutton for Stevenson and Pittman.
No.
Here's the thing. Well, no, it's all going to depend on your needs, right? So, like, Stevenson has already proven that he will put up numbers this year. He's going to have the occasional game where they completely abandon the run game, which every offense does. As you can see, Dallas did it this week, unfortunately.
New England running backs are always tough.
Yeah, but he has proved that he will kind of, you know, he's going to put up numbers. Right?
Yeah. I love Mondre. Pittman's ass.
Yeah, Pittman is just. It's not that Pittman is ass. It's that his
Anthony
quarterback
Richardson's not throwing.
can't throw the ball. So if you're swinging for Pittman, Pittman better be a long shot on your bench. But then you're giving up in my opinion, top 5 tight end. And then Sutton, believe it or not, man, Sutton's a sleeper.
Yeah,
He's not my
Suns,
sleeper.
He's heating up.
But he is a sleeper, and he's going to get a lot of targets. There's 2 games where he's already gotten 10 plus targets. Now, whether Bo Nix is actually going to hit him or not is a question. He did hit him a little bit this week.
Yeah, you could get more. You could get more, in my opinion, for McBride.
I think you can get more strictly off McBride.
If you did McBride and Son, you could probably get a slightly better running back.
I'd say focus on going after a running back 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. You don't need Pittman. He's not gonna be in your starting lineup. Stevenson, he's kind of like RB2 flex most weeks.
I have a big thing that I say, and it's only trade if you're looking to win now. Like, don't trade for bench depth.
Well, I'm trying to win now. Are you gonna trade me?
Send a trade, man.
I need running backs though. You have no running backs.
I have no running backs. I've told everybody though. I've literally told them that like my team is open for trade. Every single person on my team is available. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Josh Allen, James Cook, doesn't matter. But don't give me some bullshit trade. I mean, don't throw me some bullshit. If you need a tight end, I got 2 of them.
How about Juwan Jennings? You want to trade for Juwan Jennings? Juwan Jennings, 45 points. Let's see. If Fiffin had 45 more points, he would have scored 130. So he could have swapped out Pittman for Mike Evans, and he would have won. That's how crazy Juwan Jennings went. One person moved.
Juwan Jennings is crazy for that, bro. 11 for 12, 175 yards, and the hat trick.
Yeah, most valuable bench warmer.
That's wild. But all right, let's move on to the next one at hand. If I'm not mistaken,
Olave Garden versus Njiba's our undefeated community member, Mr. Agon's over here.
Yeah, and this is my guy over here. So he's hurting, man.
Like
Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow gives him 31. He's starting the season 0-3, unfortunately.
Be scared, Jossel.
Which is crazy because Soap is actually disgusting at fantasy football. But, this is just the harsh reality of fantasy football is at the end of the day, something could genuinely happen to the point of, like, that's you know what I mean? Like, it just kills you. You feel me? Sub 100, obviously that hurts every time. Speaking of hurts, over here, 29 for 38, 300 plus yards. 8 carries, 25 yards. I mean, it's not even like Hurts did amazing. The Eagles only scored 15 points. They won 15-12. Honestly, should have lost that game. But he put up enough to get him, in the area of 15 points, right? Burrow doubles that at 30. Damn near doubles and then some at almost 31. Bijan, kind of mid-tier numbers, honestly. Carson Steele at 17 carries, 72 yards. If he could have got in the end zone, obviously that would have looked good for the new guy over there in KC.
Yeah, definitely a lot of promise on that.
Olave lives up to the team name, Olave Garden, putting up 19, 6 for 6, 86 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith unfortunately takes a rough hit down there.
Gets taken out of the game. He could have put up a few more.
That should have been a lot more than what it was, honestly. That I don't know. That hit is like you just can't do that. Yeah. But he, obviously targeted a lot since AJ Brown was out. Hunter Henry, never been a fan of the guy when it came to fantasy. He didn't do horrible last year, but Hunter Henry's always just been that tight end that just kind of existed in the league, in my opinion. He did a little bit in LA when he was with the Chargers, but for the most part, he just kind of existed.
Yeah, I don't know if he lost the game. I would say it looks like Gons kind of came over and said, Calvin Ridley, your flex, not a good.
I just think they're individuals. I mean, here's the thing: Ridley put up 24 last week on 6 receptions or 4 receptions.
Yeah,
so it's like when I'm looking at his flex, I almost feel like Ridley's the guy that has to play there. But at the end of the day, it's kind of just a toss-up, right? Like, who are you going to throw in that situation? Santos didn't give you anything. Baltimore defense, mediocre. About half the points they start with. He's got Isaiah Pacheco on the IR.
Yeah, his
In
team's
fact,
pretty
he's got
hurt
him
in
injured.
general.
He might have somebody else on the IR that we can't see, which I think might be Hawkinson if I know him.
Probably Hawkinson.
You've got Keenan Allen out. You got
What up,
Pittman
Piff?
not doing shit. You got Ingram out. I mean, his team is quite literally
Out.
the definition of I'm not going to play this year.
Yep.
So it's like you can't really blame him, right? But you got Eckler on the bench, but now he's out with a concussion, and it's just like, he's just
The
kind
man
of sitting
can't
in a
catch a
position-
break. He can't
Yeah,
catch
he's
a
sitting in a
break.
position where he just needs crutches for the whole team, man. Coming into the bye week, I mean, the bye week starting like 2 weeks, like you just.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
couldn't
what
even
happens
tell you
here.
what he's gonna do, man.
Yeah, what's up, Piff?
On the other side,
We got Piffing up in the chat here as well.
what up,
Go
Piff?
ahead.
How we doing?
Other
mate?
side, man. Aegon's team is looking pretty stacked, man. He's the highest scoring team in our league. I mean,
Yeah, he's doing something.
I
I mean, when you got a mixture of Kyron Williams and Brees Hall at the running back spot, but then you also somehow have Stephon Diggs and Rashee Rice,
sorry about that.
it's just like, damn.
I don't know where that came from.
Njigba is literally in your flex. Like, I mean, you look at his bench.
Wide receiving
He
core looks
doesn't really have
good.
much
He's
on
got a
his bench,
top,
but, like-
Yeah, his bench, he's got, handcuff. His bench isn't deep. We'll see how the team does when we start hitting these bye weeks, honestly. Njigba, I mean,
You got a well-rounded team, man. Well-rounded.
Yeah, pretty
They
well-rounded.
don't put up a ton of points, but they put up
enough.
just a consistent amount of points where it doesn't matter how much you put up. So tough week for Soap again, just like the last three. And then obviously Aegon's comes away with a W and stays undefeated in the league.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Aegon's is undefeated. Docile is undefeated and Tamer is undefeated. Those are our only three
That's all
undefeated
undefeated.
teams left.
Hey, Dawson's
Docile is
on.
3-0.
Oh, he is.
He very much is 3-0.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Well-
hey, let's get on to our last game before we bring in our special guest.
Yeah, we got Aaron, who just came into some crowd noise. Taking a dub over Mr. Sick Kicks, aka Tamer's Tiny Tot CDs. Not a crazy game either, but he does
Not
just
only
enough.
a sub 100, but damn, a sub 85.
Yeah, he's a low-scoring team of the week, Mr. Undefeated. Trying to help the Tamer Tots squad go 6-0 on the league so far, but they suffered their first loss as a duo here, thanks to the boy Aaron. Marvin Harrison's kind of been picking up his stuff. Justin Jefferson, obviously, balling out. Nothing crazy. Malik Neighbors really, this guy's getting double-digit targets and touchdowns, a bunch over there. Kind of like the main weapon out there on the New York Giants offense.
I just feel like New York hasn't really played anybody yet. I mean, they played Minnesota. He gave us 10. 7 targets, 5 receptions, 66 yards, no touchdowns. That's expected. You play a Washington defense that honestly is kind of up in the air right now. Get a shit ton of targets, 127 yards and a touchdown. Cool. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Play a Cleveland defense that, in my opinion, is not the Cleveland defense they were last year. Get a bunch more targets, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I know defense.
So it's like,
isn't
what
they
are
were
they
last
going
year.
to do when they match up against Dallas this week? Dallas, there's 2 ways Dallas can come out this week. It's either going to be they're coming out hungry, they're coming out pissed off, and, they show you why they can very well still be the best defense in the league. And Mike Zimmer maybe possibly gets his head out of his, because I don't know what schemes he's throwing at these guys, but he is not putting the right personnel in the right places.
Yeah.
People look lost out there.
On paper, we got Sick Kicks. All these guys have been scoring well throughout the season so far. CJ Stroud, pump a dud. A-Chain, worst game of the season. Brian Robinson doing okay, salvages with the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, worst game. Zay Flower, worst game. Laporta hasn't came around yet. Xavier Worthy, worst game.
When your defense
his
is the highest scoring
his
on your
defense
team,
put up
like
27
points.
Go Pack, go.
2 winners. What is that Green Bay team doing over there? 22 interceptions, 14 points allowed, 237 yards.
Green Bay defense might be elite. We might be elite. We got 7 interceptions in the first 3 games. Just saying, man. Number 2 defense. I don't know who number 1 is. Definitely ain't the defense I owned, but
Hey, you know what? Stop.
Their defense is kind of like sneaky good. They've been building around it. They got Jair Alexander, McKinney, who got picked yesterday. I mean, his team is solid. They just didn't show up this week. They kind of decided to take a bye week a couple weeks early. His bench maybe could have helped him with Scary Terry over here. But even with Scary Terry, it would have been, it would have been closer, but wouldn't have been
in
enough.
all honesty, with Scary Terry at, what did he have, 21?
Yeah, he'd have to swap out somebody.
If he plays Terry instead of maybe Worthy, but he's still down.
Still get some few
He
points.
would have had to play Terry and Jared Goff, and then he would have won.
Yeah.
And realistically, I don't think I'm playing Goff in Arizona over Shroud in Minnesota.
Yeah, and the Saints gave him 10 points. Saints gave him 10 points. Is it time to drop Mark Andrews, man?
No, because Mark Andrews is gonna be something over there.
All right.
He put up what, 3 in the first in week 1. He gave us 8 last week, and realistically, 8 from a tight end is not bad.
Yeah, what's going on? Why is he only playing 33% of snaps over here?
I don't know what happened last week. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look over here. Baltimore Ravens head coach. Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has warned tight end Mark Andrews managers that they're in a turbulent ride. Andrews has been a source of frustration for fantasy managers, and Harbaugh indicated that this situation is unlikely to improve soon. He mentioned that the tight end position will see rotation and snap counts will vary according to the team's game plan. Last week, Andrews was on the field for only 33% of snaps due to Ravens utilizing heavy personnel packages. It'll be challenging and depend on Andrews for consistent production week after week. A tight end participating in just a third of snaps isn't positioned to deliver. I didn't even realize he played that many snaps. Just out of curiosity, let me go back to Isaiah Likely, where he got 62% of the snaps. So, I mean, they both got one target. Well, they both
one target each.
They only threw the ball to tight ends 2 times. During those 2 weeks. So it's
your boy Lamar Jackson only threw the ball 15 times total that game. I mean, I guess he didn't really have to because he was running amok, 14 carries for 87 yards.
Damn near 200 yards.
Yeah, Derrick Henry popping off. They just ran all over you boys. I guess apparently they read the scouting report. I guess it's run against Dallas. Now everybody's gonna start running against Dallas.
What you're not gonna do? Okay. What you're not gonna do is tear the Dallas Cowboys down all show long, right?
They're tearing me down. They're tearing me down.
So right now,
I have so much belief in them, and they just keep letting me down. Just let me get off my chest. This is the only episode I will, unless they do it again next week. All right, let's.
You do it again next week. I'm coming through this camera. I just
for a kiss. Hey, wait, not that kind of coming.
You see.
Hey, all right. So
all right.
Yeah, where's your boy at?
So we do have a very special guest. It is in my opinion, the most consistent in the league currently. Shout out to the guy, LVI Dosso. We're gonna bring my drunkle in here and let him talk his shit a little bit. You know what I mean? What up, Unc? What's up, baby?
How we doing?
Yo, welcome in, Mr. Undefeated. Largest margin of victory of the week, 127-58. Ass whooping of that LVI Defy guy. How are we feeling?
Mr. Undefeated, man.
Listen. Just real quick though, the shock on Bikey's face about a minute and a half ago that Dossel was 3-0. I had to step away from my computer for just a second. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make this call because that was slander. It all
started with you. It all started with you literally edging me kicking your ass week 1, and I think that it's just literally just opposite slopes. Like, boom! I just been going down ever since that heartbreaking loss.
I get it,
and you've been moving up. You know,
guys. I appreciate you having me on. To both of you guys, though, 2 hard-fought games. I can't say the same thing for Defy, but my 3 games, I can say that we're gonna go over my game with Defy. But on the same breath, my first 2 games were from you guys. So there's kind of a
was us 2, both of us.
You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, this is a coming together of Yeah, just keeping receipts.
Adversaries, adversaries. Yeah,
I'm going back through it. You only beat Bikey by 2, but then you smacked me by 30.
But is there a W next to my name, or is there a
And
W
then,
next to
you know
my
what?
name?
There is.
You
But
know,
you know
hey,
what's
man.
more
Hey.
crazy? A 70-point absolute ass whooping by Docile to
Yeah.
Defy.
Yeah,
So let's go ahead and talk about
yeah,
that. Break
yeah,
it
yeah.
down for us, Docile. What was the thought process, baby?
I tell you what, boys and girls. So I drafted Jordan Love as my quarterback, and he got me through week 1. And after week 1, I was in a predicament where I had to go to the well. And the two people I was looking at was Carr and Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you both know your fantasy from watching your guys' show and being in the Cream Team's league for a couple years and listen to Mike talk about what he knows. And those two quarterbacks are so, in a sense, similar. For some crazy reason, they're doing good. But it is a flip of the light who you gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I like about those two quarterbacks? Neither one of those quarterbacks, and this is what I love about somebody like Andy Dalton. And when I preached that Andy Dalton was going to come in here and absolutely light up defenses, I'm so serious about it. It doesn't matter who he has to throw to. Thankfully, he has Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen. But realistically, I love the quarterbacks that'll just toss that bitch up. They will throw that up and trust their wide receiver to go get it, and that's exactly what Mayfield and Carr both will do. We've already seen Carr take a number of different shots downfield, especially to Rashid Shaheed. Unfortunately, him having 0 receptions this time around, but and we've seen Mayfield toss that up to Godwin, Mr. Consistent. That's Mr. Fantasy in my eyes, Chris Godwin, and also with Mike Evans. You know what I mean? So it's just like. At the end of the day, I love quarterbacks like that. You did make a fantastic choice because I really would have gone Mayfield over Carr no matter what. I think Tampa Bay is more consistent when it comes to the regards of passing. So, I mean, I love the pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you guys can look at this week. I mean, look at the. I will tell you guys though, every NFL.com, every .com, I won't drop every .com, every list, every pro, every TikTok was start Mayfield. Okay.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I almost benched him right there and picked up Geno and hashtag never Geno Smith. You know what I'm saying? And he's not even available. But I mean, that's what I'm like. When I started seeing the hype, I was like, we're fucked. We're in shambles. We're in shambles, boys. And I mean, I have Jordan Love still on my bench. He was definitely, of course, a game time decision, which I wouldn't have played him either way. So that's why I was saying, I mean, I was going to go to the well, but I didn't have to. We went with Baker. As you can see, I mean, listen, Denver stomped on them quick, and it was never a game. But the best thing about that is, guess what he's going to do? Like you just said. What did you say, Dreamer?
Gonna chuck it up, man.
He's going to chuck that up. So he went 25 to 33, 7 sacks. It's pretty par for the course when you're going to think about dropping back probably 85 times. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, that offensive line has got to protect him more, though. I mean, this is your franchise quarterback. You've already invested in him. You're putting a lot of faith into Baker Mayfield, and I mean, hell of a comeback from Mayfield in the first place, man. He got drowned out of Cleveland, and then turned around and really remade a career, just in my opinion, off of 2 or 3 plays in LA. So I mean, 25 for 33, 163 yards and a touchdown.
I won the quarterback. Yeah, I mean, we won the quarterback matchup, and that was.
Going up against Anthony Richardson, unfortunately. But let's stop talking about a guy who just scored 10.47 points. Let's talk about the heart of your team, the running back core here. We got Jonathan Taylor and Aaron Jones.
That running back
1-2 punch.
Up, man.
I just got Aaron Jones though.
You did. You got him out of a trade.
Yeah, isn't that trade to Piff?
I
Shout out to Mr. V. Piffin.
In a sense, was a look, but I mean, look who I gave up. Montgomery had what 26 points this week. So in a sense, I gave up I gave up Coop. I gave up Cooper Kupp. I gave up Montgomery, and I gave up
Don Shits.
Schultz, the Schultz McGee.
Yeah, Don Shits.
And I'm happy. Listen, I'm happy with my. There's a trade right there. I mean, I'm happy with my 2 running backs right here. I mean, you got Taylor, a workhorse. The guy. Listen, Richardson doesn't really know what he's doing. Taylor's behind him. Please give the guy the ball. I mean, listen, my 2 running backs almost beat Defy by themselves. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not good with numbers. I've never been good at science.
Pretty close,
so I mean, listen. I mean, you're talking 23 carries, 19 carries, both over 100 yards. I didn't get a running tug from Jones, but we did get the reception, which was we got 46 yards, 5 for 6, solid back-to-back running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, in a PPR, that's all you need. 5 for 6, 46 yards and a touchdown. I mean, you're good to go. 102 yards to go with it. That's already 10 points by itself. The receptions plus the touchdown puts you up over another 15. I mean, you're solid. Devontae Adams doesn't give you a whole hell of a lot to work with, but look who's throwing to him. Chris Godwin,
he didn't. I mean, Godwin, like you just said. I mean, I'm a big believer of I don't like 1-2 punches on a team. I try to steer clear of them. I really do. It actually came into consideration when I was going with the car in the Mayfield. But I'm just like, because you guys, hey, when you ain't hitting the passes, guess what? It ain't just the quarterback that's hitting. It's the receiver that goes 1 for 3 targets and 20 yards, like we've seen a couple times this week. Hence Williams to my right. I mean, listen, Godwin's a champ. Touchdown, I think, every week. I mean, if you look at his numbers, it's consistent. It's
he's killing it right now.
Yeah,
number 3 receiver. Number 3 receiver in the league.
I want to talk about something that you just mentioned, and I want to bring you to the chat too. So, chat, you guys are more than welcome to answer. But something you just mentioned is something that's not very common. You stated that you're not big on the whole 1-2 punch from quarterback to wide receiver.
Yes, sir.
The crazy part is in fantasy, that is a very, very normal, in fact, that's almost beyond common for people to look for, is that 1-2 punch, right? When you go Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, or Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, that's so common.
Yeah. He diversifies his bonds.
I don't like that, man.
Yeah, he wants his portfolio.
And you know what?
I
like that from you, because for a while, that's how I used to play. And I still play that in some leagues, and then other leagues I decide to kind of match them up together. So
and don't get me wrong, and again, 1-2 punches can mean several different things. I mean, I guess I'm referring to in a sense as like a quarterback receiver, 1-2 punches. If you have the number one, I mean, even running backs and receivers, there's not a lot of teams if you're gonna base your team on a number 1, number 2 running back receiver, you just gotta be careful when you're on the same team. When you bunch them up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, are those receivers getting the targets? Do they sprinkle it out? So there's just
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like going running back or receiver on the same team.
There's just many more
that could be yeah. If it's a high-powered
I'll
offense, it could make sense if you want to diversify. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys some crazy shit that happened in one of my leagues. No bullshit. I'll read this off to you. If you guys know American Dad Live, I'm actually in a fantasy league with him.
Yeah.
And in this league, no bullshit, this guy scores 189 points. Let me read you this team real quick.
Buffalo
Josh
Bills.
Allen, Derrick Henry, James Cook, right? Cool. Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet. 3
all in
Chicago
on the Bears.
Receivers.
Yeah, what's he doing there?
That
sounds like some havoc type shit right there.
It does. And he scored 189 points. Adunze had 23.9, DJ Moore with 14.2, and Cole Kmet with 28.2. He lucked out this week. He actually played American Dad. American Dad dropped 141 for the loss. So he was pissed.
I mean, okay, I got O'Dunes. I mean, we talked about O'Dunes this week, and I mean, listen. I wasn't looking. We can go back because we were at my tight end. I mean, excuse my language. I'm sorry. I know this is a family-friendly show. We were at the tight end position on the Fairmouth. Kittle's on my bench. It was a early game scratch on Saturday. He was early game scratch. I mean, plenty of time. Tight ends in this league are food. There's not. I mean, 12 teams. I think every team has 2 tight ends. I
do have 2 right now.
You got 2. I know. Yeah, trust me. That's why we talked.
I usually only have 1.
There's nothing on my bench that was enticing. I get that, so I had to kind of go to the well. Again, I really didn't like having a tight end and a running back on the same team, especially with Fields as the quarterback. But I mean, there was literally nothing. I mean, there was literally nothing.
Choice.
So took Fairmouth. I mean, he was projected, I think, 7.2, 7.4. So he
did his job.
He did his job. He did his.
It's his best option. I mean, Najee gives you 12 as well, so same team still worked out.
Listen, I'll tell you what. My 3 running backs. I got Najee, I got Jacobs, and I got Taylor. I mean, that's a very solid top. That's a very solid trade back.
Yeah,
and I mean, when you have the Bills defense giving you 17. I mean, you can't. You
Well,
just
I play
can't hate on
defense.
it there.
I pick up a different defense every week. Even
So
like
do
right
I.
now,
I do the same thing.
even right now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the well for defenses and kickers is fucking insane in our league.
Yeah.
There's kickers. I've been with this fucking guy. For 3 weeks, right? He's got me 19 points. There's kickers in our well that have 55, 44, 47, 52. I'm like,
Mhm.
and I'm telling you this because I don't give a shit even if you don't do your fucking homework. Like, there's a lot of kickers and defenses. Listen, boys and girls, listen. I don't draft defenses. Every week I pick a new one. I mean, I can't believe I
Yep.
stick with 2. Like, go look in our league. Our kickers, I mean, there's kickers that have scored 55, 56 points. That's more than half of these quarterbacks in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But we will talk
I'm not
about the
gonna
best
lie,
kicker
I
in the
need
league,
to
Mr.
say that.
Aubrey.
Maybe I was
Though.
reading it
Aubrey,
wrong. I don't know.
I mean,
but fucking hell.
Aubrey's the man, though. You know, Aubrey, best kicker in the league.
Brandon
for sure.
Aubrey will always be the man. He is.
Well,
Yeah,
they can't
Justin
score
Tucker.
touchdowns, so they
Justin
gotta kick
Tucker is
something. I mean,
not.
they gotta
Okay,
get
what we're
points.
not gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is tear down the boys. All right. So,
Anyways, but he won the. Listen, he won the kicker. He won the kicker battle.
damn it.
Yeah, he did win the kicker battle.
I feel like he's gonna win that battle almost every time. Obviously, you have a Dunze down on the bench. I mean, over those particular wide receivers, I feel like you made the right choice. Nobody expected him to pop for that. Caleb Williams has yet to throw a touchdown until this
Judy's been
week.
consistent. Look at Judy's numbers every week. Look at Judy's numbers.
Yeah, Judy's been pretty consistent. I'm not gonna lie.
8, 7, something like that. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, he'll grab you something in the bye week, in my opinion. When you look over at Defy's team, and they very
He
much
failed.
looked at, to be so honest.
They failed him. Defy's team
Yeah,
failed him.
it's not even like he had a choice. Like when you look
full
at
bench.
like, okay, you could have played Keon Coleman. Herbert got, screwed the middle of the thing. He doesn't have a full bench. He probably has somebody on IR and then never picked anybody up.
CMC.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually he
does
might.
have CMC.
Actually,
He has
might have
CMC.
CMC.
Yeah, he has
he might have
CMC.
CMC. Ayuk didn't do anything. Juwan Jennings with the 170 plus yards. Josh Jacobs, mediocre. DeAndre Swift, absolute ass. Anthony Richardson, I called it from week 1. 9 for 19 in week 1. That told me everything I needed to know. He's got 10 for 20 here with 167 yards, 2 INTs. Obviously, he can carry, but if that's all you can do, you ain't gonna be shit.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle's gonna struggle going forward with no actual quarterback, in my opinion. And this is just realistically my opinion, but Snoop Huntley came in last year for the Ravens, right? And
0.95
really,
for Williams. Jeez.
yeah. Jamison Williams with 0.95 is ridiculous. But Snoop Huntley, Tyler Huntley, he came in last year for the Ravens. He actually put that team. Was it last year or the year before last? It might have been the year before last. But he put that team on his back and made something happen with that team. Became a Pro Bowler, first-time Pro Bowler, especially as a backup, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But the Dolphins, they've talked about just bringing him on in because Skylar Thompson's dealing with an injury. Tua's obviously.
We were talking about Garoppolo too.
I mean, that's possible. There's a couple different options over there in Miami.
Rams
They can
might send
always.
him over there.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I mean, I'd give Ryan Tannehill a call. I said that last week. I'm gonna say it again. The Miami needs a call.
Bring Wilson down.
Dude, call one of the Ryans. Where's
Bring
Fitzpatrick
Wilson
at?
down.
Like,
Bring Wilson down.
they're not. See, Pittsburgh's not gonna get rid of Wilson. They have a good quarterback. team over
Obviously,
there.
Thomason's all in on freaking Fields.
They're not all in.
Thomason loves him.
Nah, he loves him because he's 3-0. You're not going to take your quarterback out when you're 3-0. Right now, I think Justin Fields has the locker room. I think also, Russell Wilson's still dealing with a calf injury. He's not even cleared to play yet, so you're not going to bring him down to Miami. But also, why would you give up that possible quarterback room?
Pretty easy schedule too.
Justin Fields hasn't solidified his spot there. And like you said, the Steelers don't have the most difficult schedule in the world. I mean, they have what I think is going to be a tough battle against Dallas. I think the Jets would be a little bit of a tough battle with those corners.
Vegas will be an easy game.
I could see them. Yeah, I could see them struggling against Washington a little bit.
Yeah, they could be 6-2 easily though by the time they hit their bye week. Their schedule
I mean,
looks
they could.
pretty
Put Russell
light.
Wilson in, lead him to the Super Bowl. That's my boy. Dangerous.
Absolutely not. No, said no one ever.
Me, that's my G
Dangerous.
right there.
Absolutely, they've got their last 5 games. Look at that. Holy
Mr.
shit.
Unlimited.
That's
Crazy.
mine. I've never said that. Dangerous. I've never said that. I'm not a big Mr. Unlimited
No,
fan.
you're not Mr. Unlimited fan. Mr.
Nah, I don't like that. I
Unlimited.
don't like that. That's a bad GTRP character right there. You might need to delete that one. You know what I'm saying? You might need to delete that one.
Yeah.
Steelers country.
All
Let's go
right,
to
let's go look over to
Um,
our. Let's look at our standings.
Yeah,
Okay,
at the end
you
of the
finish
day,
up.
you know, yeah, what happens over here with
It was a
Defy
good
is
game. It was a
just
good game.
no, it wasn't. Um,
No, me
let's,
just not.
let's go to our standings over here, though. If we look at our standings right now, we got so obviously, y'all, it's the top 3 from each division. 3 LVI members and 3 LVI community members that are going to go to the playoffs. LVI wise, we've got 2 undefeated. Docile and Tamer sitting up there undefeated. Sitting back in 3rd and 4th, obviously battling for that other playoff spot is going to be Havoc and myself. Right now, he's only kind of taking it over by points because that's what I have it set to commissioner wise. So he's got me by about 27. So he's holding that 3rd spot. Defy down there 1 and 2 as well, but 100+ points behind. And Bikey, damn, Bikey,
I'm just saying, man.
341 points for.
I have the top
But
3.
You have drawn the shit end of the stick when it comes to
381 against. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so
We take it on the
3.
chin, though. We take it on the chin. It's all right. You know, it's still a good sign for my team. We got
You
Reno.
got that nice little waiver 2 spot because of it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Took a shotgun to the
Are
chin.
you his uncle, Dreamer? Are you
For
Reno's
being
uncle?
Undefeated.
He said what?
You Reno's you're his uncle?
Yeah, it's my nephew.
What's up, Reno? Yeah, you know, I'm just
Um,
saying, man, I got, most points scored against. Soap just overtook me, though, for most points scored against right there with a little 383.9. But
Yeah, you're
you
kind of
know.
going through it a little bit, but it's all right. We
But
go
I'm putting
down
up
to the
points, though.
LVI community.
I'm putting up points. It's,
You are, man. You're
I'm
scoring.
just, I'm
It's
just,
not like you're not scoring,
my
that's for
matchup's,
sure.
my matchup's not looking good.
It's
All
a
right, go
little
ahead.
rough, but
Yeah.
we go down to the LVI community. Big shout out to Agons. Right now, he is the top LVI community member.
He's top
With the most
overall.
points too in the
Yeah,
league.
he's
With the most
dominating.
points in the league.
And he has the most points scored in the
Yes, sir.
league, with
Yeah.
also, if I'm not mistaken, the 3rd least points against him. So
Mm-hmm.
Dog
seeming
shit
like
kid.
he's had a
Dog shit kid.
he's had a little bit of an easy schedule. You know what I mean? 391
come up and
points,
play in our
almost
league, bud.
400. Come to the big leagues, you know what I mean? Where I'm getting scored on 356 points. Also, I mean, realistically, Docile, you've got the 2nd easiest schedule from what it looked like, which is crazy because me
Yeah,
and
him and Tamer. Tamer might have the least scored
Hold on,
points
you
against him.
You just broke. I mean, you guys just called you two some of the easiest players. You guys just beat.
I mean,
you
when
guys,
you're talking about points,
dang,
you know what's
okay,
crazy?
Chat, listen,
You know what's
chat, don't get me
actually
wrong,
crazy though?
I told my chat I did beat some of the easiest people so far. So I mean, we are
know.
aligning.
Yeah, you bullshit,
I
you
guess.
bullshit, you bullshit, you bullshit. You know what's
I
actually
only
crazy
lost.
though?
I only lost
I'm
by
listening.
5.
Well, I'm listening.
What's actually crazy though is I think it's because Defy scoring 58 points, like literally.
Yeah,
just
I can't
puts your
wait till
total
I can't
at
wait
the
till I play
smallest
Defy.
amount.
I can't wait till I play Defy. I need that.
So
I
it's
need
not
that. I
necessarily
need a
that
bye
you've had
week.
that-
Defy is like this
I need
year's
that
Tamer,
quick.
last
Yeah.
year's Tamer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He just,
yeah.
doesn't quite know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's figuring it out. You know.
That's facts. That's facts, man.
Yeah.
So we go to, let's see. Yeah, Agon's over here at 3-0, 391 points scored. Sick kicks, 336 points scored. Once again, still low points scored against him. So that LVI community, man, you guys got to step it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Beef your team up a little bit. Some. You got 2 big dogs up there kind of moving. 2-1 over there. Aaron also at 2-1, pulled out some good wins. Still 1 less points scored than he has against him. So
Yeah, 2-1 for that much points against him is pretty solid, though.
yeah, it's actually not bad.
For sure.
Medic and Piffin, having some rough time over there, 1 and 2.
When I saw my teammate make a move on Sunday morning, I want you to know that I was like, "Thank God this guy's alive." By the way, I was like, "Thank God this guy wants this."
Swear to God, man.
I saw that
It is
pop
still
up. I'm
early.
like, "That's my boy." Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm watching my teammate go 0-3 right now with
Right?
287 points scored and 383 against him, man, I'm crying, not happy.
Right?
Tears.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
yeah.
it. I love that, but I love
Yeah.
that interact. Like I love that. It feels cool. I love how this is working. It's
Yeah,
just great.
we will say that combined LVI community member and LVI member, myself and co-host Mr. Dreamer here, we tie for the lowest record in the league at a 1-5 combined.
Are we 1-5 combined?
Yep, you got 1 win and Piven has 1 win, and our counterparts are defeated. So the only
we're 4-2. We're
yeah,
4-2.
Yeah, it's okay though. The only way is up for us. All right, so
Love that about you. You're
Yeah.
positive.
Still early in the league. I know my boy Piff's been on the struggle bus for a bit, but I sense him turning things around. You know, that Tua Tyreek Hill combo really hurt him early on in the season, but you know, we'll see.
You guys
man.
were glazing that after week 1. I remember being in a chat somewhere and people were glazing those two. I was like, okay.
Glazing who?
Tua and
Tua and thing.
yeah,
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
were that not you guys. I'm saying
Hey,
people
I
were
mean, well,
glazing that.
compared to a McCaffrey pick, hell yeah, it was. He had the number 1 pick in the draft. I still would have
Hey,
rather
let's
had
look
him
at
pick
the,
up
let's look
Tyreek
at the
Hill.
big game next week, huh? Big
Yeah,
game next
see,
week.
what's our matchups
Huge
next
game
week?
next week.
All
But hey,
right.
after the standings right there, before we go into next week's games, let's go over the awards for the week.
Oh yeah,
we
you want to
got-
see these awards over here?
Yeah, over here on the rest side,
Yeah.
we've got what, best manager by Agons. 98% of their points were put on the board. Shout out to Agons. He's still once again sitting over there in number 1 in
Leading
the
the
LVI
pack, leading the
community
pack.
division, 3-0. Puts up a cool little 115. Worst manager on the other hand. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but
How is it not Defy?
it's because
He should get every worst award. He should get every worst award this week.
so the worst manager goes by the amount of percent that you left on your bench. And unfortunately for Piffin, he had Jawan Jennings with 45 points on his bench, which
Yeah.
nobody expected.
Yeah, no, I expected that.
He's going to get that worst manager award. We do have the biggest blowout over here, 127.22 to 58.03. Docile takes
Anybody who plays Defy, basically.
I've-
119%.
I've had a lot of awards this year. I've had a lot of awards this year. From both of you guys,
Yeah.
actually.
Hey, quick question. We got Ranveer Gill in the chat saying, should he trade Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, and Garrett Ison Wilson for Chase, Love, and DK?
Like Jamar Chase, Love, and DK. No.
Nah, I say
I
no.
mean, it depends on what your running back core looks like. I'd say if Aaron Jones is like your
If Aaron
somehow
Jones-
your running back 3,
he's in a 10-man, so yeah, it
you're in
depends
a
on your running
10-man
backs.
PPR.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
DK's got Geno, which is a no-go right there.
Yeah.
You know, Love, you don't know what's going to happen. He's going to be strong, but I don't think till like week 6, 7, maybe
Yeah.
later.
But if
I'm not betting on a quarterback.
Chase is
I'm
good.
not giving up the number 1 quarterback in the league for a what if. That's my
and
biggest
Jones.
thing.
And Jones is and Jones.
Yeah, and you've got Aaron Jones, which is consistent and area for pop off. You've got Garrett Wilson, who's going to give you consistency. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, Chase is there, but that Cincinnati offense is looking lost without Mixon, in my opinion. Yes, he's going to chuck it up to him, but you know, Zach Moss and Chase Brown, that's not Joe Mixon.
Nope.
And then what? You know, Jordan Love. You don't know what he's going to come back to, man. And
He's gonna be
DK,
good.
yes, he's going to get a
good.
shit ton of targets. DK is going to get his points, but he's good for, 15 to 18 a game. He's not good for a consistent 20 to 27 a game. So, you've got a number 1 quarterback in the league, quite literally, that puts up 30 a game already.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't test
What's
it.
Green Bay? Mikey, what's Green Bay? 2-1?
2-1, no Love.
Okay,
you know?
so they have they're
Willis
in
came
no
out
rush to
1-2.
bring. They're in no rush to bring Love back. I'm talking week 5 to week 6, man. They're in no rush.
I'm going to be
they're
honest.
doing
I think
all right.
Jordan Love plays this week.
Not on my team, but they're
I don't think anybody puts him in, but I
You have no
think
other
I
running
think
backs,
he comes back
Ranveer?
and
Wait,
plays
he only has Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs. Well, I mean, then you definitely can't make that trade because then you'd have
you
you'd
don't
have no
wanna give
running.
up
Then,
your team.
yeah, then you'd have 0 running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to do that at all.
But Gil, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow the channel. Thanks for YouTube.
But hey, let's keep running
keep
through
going.
the
Narrow
awards this
victory.
week. We got narrow victory. Tamer 111 over Bikey at 105.
That's
I know that
two narrow
hurts.
victories I've been part of on the other side.
I know that hurts. That's for sure. Let's let's chop it up to the highest score. OG in the building. You heard 131 on your head top. You know what I mean?
There you go. Nice bounce
We're
back.
turning up over here on the dream team a little bit. We gotta.
Sometimes, hey, so riddle me this: that cream team. That
Yeah, no
name,
problem,
Didn't I,
Ranveer.
didn't I have something to do with that back when we were? Didn't I call that shit the cream team?
Dude, there were a couple people.
No, I did. I love
community
that's
was
way better than that's way better. The cream team
following
finally
me.
got their dub, man. Cream team finally got their dub.
Facts, man.
Hit a score a week high just to get it. Full disclosure.
We gotta do what we gotta do. At least we can score a week high. That's what I mean. Like I ain't mad at it.
Amen, baby.
I ain't mad at it. But hey, let's see. We turn around
Overachiever.
and
Yeah.
lowest achiever, obviously Defy. Overachieving once
His
again.
team just that is like we need to make an award. That is 58 points is just that was tough.
It's got to be like some kind of punishment for
That's
that.
got to
I
be
feel.
a record.
Yeah.
Because wasn't there who scored 44 points this week? That was the receiver for
Joanne Jennings.
yeah, Jennings.
He almost outscored Defy's entire team.
Dang.
Realistically, if you want to go back and look at Josh Allen, he had 35 and Defy had 58. Like, 23 more points. You give me one running back, I can beat him.
And like I said, my two running backs got 52 or 54, I think. It was 27.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, no bullshit. You give me Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley, and I beat Defy.
Imagine watching
Hey guys,
that, though.
hey
Imagine
guys, hey
during your
man.
day. Boys, Bikey.
No more slander of Defy.
Bikey, imagine watching that though. Waking up Sunday morning, you're
Excited for
things are
football.
and you watch your team pull out 58.
That's rough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He was lucky he wasn't around because he was chirping like Bikey was before the game, and oh boy, don't you know I took screenshots. And
I said I jinxed it. I said I jinxed it, so I called it.
And so did he. And so did he.
Who?
Defy.
Oh, Defy.
Chirping.
Oh,
he jinxed it.
yeah.
I just sat back, made my cocktails.
No,
went live,
I
and just
called
let
it. I
play
called
out.
it.
Let
I
play
called
out.
it.
All right, let's go through these.
for you.
Let's go through these player
All
awards.
right.
QB of the week, Josh Allen. Of course, I got him. Running back of the week, Tamers Saquon Barkley with 35. Wide
That
receiver
guy's
of the
killing
week,
it.
Medics Jamar Chase with 30.
Well done.
Tight end of the week. Let's go. Shout out to Dallas Goddard on my boy, 27.5. Kicker of the
Hey,
week, Brandon
Defy.
Aubrey as usual. Defy got him an
Defy,
award over here.
Yeah.
Defense of the week, the Green Bay Packers with 27 points. They almost outscored
that's
Defy by
insane.
themselves.
Go Pack, go.
QB bench warmer of the week, Medics 33 with Dak Prescott. Running back bench warmer of the week, I'll take that one on the chin. Nobody expected Chuba Hubbard to go 21 for 114 yards, 5 for 5, and 55 yards at a touchdown. So 27 from him. DeJuan Jennings sitting on Piffin's bench with 44.75.
That's a tough.
Somehow the tight end bench warmer of the week goes to Bikey with 7.7 and Mike Gesicki.
20%, 20-point difference. 20-point
And
difference.
defense bench warmer of the week, Pittsburgh Steelers 14 on Sick Kicks defense. All righty, it is time for my favorites.
Who has
segment
defenses
here.
on their bench? Who has defenses on their bench? Wait, hold on.
Sick Kicks definitely does.
Holy
don't.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll never put a defense on my bench. It's got to be the number one defense in the league. We are going to get to my favorite segment. Dasso, you have yet to be part of this segment, so I hope you've done your homework a little bit.
Oh shit.
This is our Inferno Hot Corner Sleepers of the Week.
Oh,
All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick two people. All right. You don't have to pick two people. You can talk about whoever, but we usually go about two people. Little sleepers, little shot in the darks. Yeah, I mean, who you expect to that might be on the waiver wire right now that you expect to maybe kind of pop. Mike, you want to start out? You got anybody in mind?
I mean, Cole Kmet is looking nice at tight end here. You see, I mean, obviously had a monster game. He hasn't done terrible. I mean, week 1 wasn't too good, but he's been warming up, increasing his snap count every week, up to week 3 now, and had a monster game yesterday with on Sunday with 23 points. I think he's got
bad.
I mean, tight ends are hurting right now. Tight ends, obviously.
Tight ends are hurting.
Tight ends in general. You're trying to get that consistency. Maybe Caleb Williams is starting to find his groove. They let him throw the ball a bunch this past week. Maybe he might be potential. How about you? What are you thinking? I could pick my 2 right now, actually, if you want me to.
On ahead, man.
I like him, and I actually like Eo Sivas. I like Eo Sivas, wide receiver for Cincinnati.
Words out of my mouth.
He's Filipino Romanian, so I gotta rep Philippines. But I mean, he's been hitting pretty solid targets. He's got 10 receptions so far and 3 touchdowns through 3 games. He's nice. I thought he was a tight end at first, but I guess he's a slot receiver, right?
He was too, and believe it or not, his
like
last
Tyler
name is
Boyd.
actually Romanian. It's actually pronounced Isovas. Believe it or not.
Isovas.
Yeah, I heard them pronouncing it during the broadcast.
You
and I
gotta
was
roll
like,
the
Isovas?
S. You gotta roll the S.
Wait, so
You gotta
the
roll the
O
S.
and the I are backwards?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced.
I before E,
Isovas.
Bikey. I
E-
before E.
Except after C.
Isovas?
Thank you.
Sovas?
Yeah.
Not Isivas?
Isovas.
Okay. Well, there you go.
All right.
I guess you did do your
Alrighty, well,
homework. Those are my two. Those are my
I
two.
always do. Well, I'm gonna give you two right now. I'm gonna start with my boy Emmanuel Wilson over there in Green Bay. In Green Bay, they have a weird little situation going on with their backup running backs. That boy Marshawn Lloyd has been put on IR, if I'm not mistaken. So behind Josh Jacobs is going to be Emmanuel Wilson. When you play in the cold, you're going to need a little bit of backup. This is 1 year guy. I think this is a sophomore season out of Fort Valley State. So he is not a rookie. He is a little small, a little 5'10", but he does have a little bit of weight on him, 226 pounds. So he's a little bowling ball. I mean, this week he put up 16 points, 12 attempts. They gave him 12 on the ground, 50 yards, 2 receptions, 2 targets, 35 yards, and a touchdown. So a little 16 points. I'd say maybe not pick up right now, but he is somebody to watch. My other guy. Now, this guy's been somebody I've been big on. I'm not really sure. In all honesty, I don't even know if this guy's really a pickup right now. I think you want to see where the Carolina offense goes, but I'm going to go with my boy Deontay Johnson. I think
he's a good one.
Yeah, I think Andy Dalton's had a big eye for anytime he's kind of mixed around teams after he left Cincinnati. He always looks for that kind of more experienced wide receiver. He's never going to strive towards the rookie. So I'm not looking for much to go towards Leggett. But with Adam Thielen being out, I mean, Deontay got 14 targets, 8 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown this time around. I can honestly see those targets either staying the same and or going up when they play. I
mean, they don't play the Vegas Raiders every week, but
Yeah, but they're playing Cincinnati. They're playing a broke down Cincinnati secondary. So realistically, could be an option, could not. It's all up to you guys. What you got for us though, Dawson? You do your homework a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on the fucking hunt. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably gonna pick a defense.
You can't listen, boys and girls. You can't draft a team and play them through the season. Okay, you got to ebb, you got to flow, you got to dip, you got to dodge. I mean, the immediate one, I will say a couple wide receivers, Lazard, Jets. I mean, dude, I mean, Rodgers loves him. I mean, I think that guy's putting up huge numbers. I mean, consistently getting over almost 5 targets a game. Rodgers loves him. Rodgers loves the guy. Loves tossing it up to him. I think he's top 10 receivers in the league right now, like points wise.
15, but
I think he's, and I think he's on the free agent. I think he's not even owned.
Yeah, he's available. I dropped him.
So projection wise, I hate projections, so I don't like worrying about those. Atwell with the Rams. He's kind of a late one. I don't like focus on him. I wasn't really going to go to him. He was kind of the guy, but then I like Lazard, but. Atwell's a good one. Sprinkle him in. They have nothing else. Coop's going to be... I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to focus on him. Darnell. Listen, Sammy boy. Can you make... Listen, boys and girls, look at his numbers. He's available in our league. Put him up with some of the quarterbacks that our teams are putting up every week. And I'm telling you right now, boys and girls, teams would have won.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. But before we get into that, let's move to the chat really quick. How do you guys feel about James Conner and Mike Evans for Kyron Williams? I have Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown, so I feel good about my wide receivers already. 10-man PPR. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I say pull the trigger on that. James Conner and Mike Evans. At the end of the day, Mike Evans is always going to split targets with Chris Godwin. I think Kyron Williams is one of the most consistent running backs when it comes to that tutty or nothing, but he always seems to find a tutty somehow.
He's getting touches.
And realistically, if you can go ahead and put together Kyron Williams with whoever else you might have at running back, and you have Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown, I think you're good to go.
I like it. I'm
not mad at it. It's probably the best trade we've seen so far come through the chat. If you guys haven't done so, please make sure to hit that sub button. All right, turn the notifications on. We do this show every week at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have any questions on a weekly basis, want to go through some of our sleepers, or just want to get some information, do not hesitate to come through, all right? Come on down. If you haven't done so also, Mikey, let them know where to find you since we have been hosting this amazing show.
Yeah, I'm just biking around on all socials, basically biking around everywhere. How about you, sir?
Facts. You can find me on all socials at DreamerLV. Literally just DreamerLV. Doesn't matter whether it's YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Twitter, it really don't matter.
And how about our special
Um,
guest?
I was gonna say our special guest is in here, having the time of his life. So go ahead and let him know where to find you, Docile.
Drunkle.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me anywhere you find /Vegas Inferno.
Alrighty, well he's plugging the team. So if you guys don't know us, we are the official esports team of Las Vegas, and we appreciate everything you guys do as far as helping us, push forward the content. Let's take the time to give a little, make sure we shout out our sponsors over here. Shout out to Raising Cane's, the absolute best chicken you will have, unimaginable. Paradox Customs, if you're in the market for a new PC, keyboards, whatever it may be, go ahead and contact Paradox or go ahead and get your PC optimized by them. Shout out to our guys over at Shure. I'm pretty sure we're all using Shure mics if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes, sir.
the best audio equipment on.
Dreamer, did you
market.
grab me? Hey. Remember Dreamer?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm using Shure. Yep, sure am.
And shout out to our guys over at Zip Share. We're all sitting in an amazing Zip Share, man. They keep our cheeks covered. All right. So we don't get clapped. Maybe Defy needs one because he's getting clapped.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, if you guys have nothing else, I think it's about time to round this out. What do you think?
Week 4 matchups. We got next
Oh,
week.
we do have week 4 matchups.
We got
Alright,
myself
let's go
going
over our
against
week 4 matchups.
Dreamer. We got Tamer versus Docile. Somebody will leave that matchup not undefeated.
I'm finna whoop Mikey's ass. I just want y'all to know that.
I don't know, man. Projected kind of project pretty good right now. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't even touched my team.
Yeah, all you're gonna do is put Hubbard in there. You got Hubbard in there.
Real quick here.
You touched your team.
I will say that since Tamer started doing good in fantasy football, he's nowhere to be found. Who has his accounts and who are they doing with Tamer?
Sorry, man. I'm running his account.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be running.
Where's Tamer? Hashtag where's Tamer?
Hashtag where's Tamer?
Hashtag where's Tamer?
We got Defy against Havoc, who's surprisingly favored at the moment. Havoc's team's been putting up points each week, with that.
I was favored over me too. Don't worry. It's fucking 3 days.
Yeah. I hope that's true for your matchup against Tamer. We got Aaron versus Piff. Piffin, your projections don't look good right now. You are projected the least chance to win right now. So I hope we make some moves.
Is somebody out on his team?
Make some moves over here. You got.
Oh, that's why they're projecting Kenneth Walker to be back. So Charbonnet's at 6. He's got, for some god awful reason, he still has Minshew in.
He's got set his lineup, man. He's gonna be dip into the waiver wire. You know what I mean?
Jennings production went down.
Maybe a little Sam Darnold. You might see him out there.
I mean, he's got to throw Ramondre back in his starting lineup.
Back in there, yeah.
Kickers and defenses, boys and girls. Kickers and defenses. Look at them. Kickers and defenses.
Kickers and defenses.
You might change your season.
Alrighty, well, we got Medic Soap at a 50-50 right now. Projected semi-low, but who knows? Hopefully,
Soap trying to win. Trying to get his first win of the season. Please.
Get your first
Hopefully
win.
he drops the soap.
Then we got a battle between our top 2 teams also on the community side. We got Sick Kicks versus Agons going at it. They're both projected pretty high.
I'm really hoping Sick Kicks can just come in and take the undefeated streak away.
But then
but
if that happens, then then we're gonna be left with Docile being undefeated.
I'm a hater for that. I know.
You guys don't want that. Everybody in this league doesn't want that. You didn't like the draft. You didn't like week 1. You didn't like week 2. You didn't like week 3. Guess what, boys and girls? Enjoy week 4.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. With that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, shout out to all our sponsors. Shout out to Inferno. Shout out to our special guest, Mr. Docile himself. And shout out to you guys for coming through. Thank you for coming through with your questions. We're happy to provide answers. Thank you guys for liking the stream. If you do enjoy it, want to make sure you get notifications coming back. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button. That's all I got. What's up, Dreamer?
Hey, once again, man, we appreciate everything you guys have done. Y'all know what we're here to do, and it's really just to push content for you guys, and we enjoy every second of it. I guess there's nothing else to say, man. So my name is Dreamer, my amazing co-host Bikey here, and you're watching episode 3 of the Inferno Hot Corner. We'll catch you guys next week, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes, sir.